Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Maida and you're watching Maida Pours. Today I'm going to be doing a black and white tree ring pour. Actually 4 tree ring pours on one canvas, but black and white. And I have my black and white mixed up here, and I created this, I kind of mixed 2 paints together to create my white and my black. For the white I used Artist Flow Acrylic and the metallic white pearl, the Dazzling metallic white pearl by Decoart. And I mixed those up like 50-50 with like 1 part paint to 1 part Floetrol, and then about an ounce of water. I know that doesn't really help you. There's 10 ounces total. So like 4.5 ounces total of paint, 4.5 ounces total of Floetrol, and about an ounce of water to create this white. It is, you can't really tell that it has the pearl in it, but it does. It's in there. It's a little bit shimmery. All right. And then for the black, I mixed up the Mars Black by Liquitex Basics with some Iridescent Graphite by Liquitex Basics, basically to get a shimmery black. So I definitely can see the shimmer in the black. I don't know if it picks up on camera, but definitely see it in real life. So that is the black. And this I did 2 parts Floetrol to 1 part paint, and then I just added water to get it to the same consistency that I had the white paint. So I don't have an exact measurement for the water in that one. All right, so we're gonna get this cleared out, but I will show you the canvas here. I am gonna be doing this on a 16 by 24 inch canvas that I have prepped. So, all right, we are going to get to the layering of the paints in the cups for the ring pour. So well, let's go. All right, I am back. So I have 4 cups here, and I'm going to layer 2 of them with white kind of as the dominant color in the bottom, and 2 of them with black as the dominant color in the bottom. So we'll go ahead and layer the white and the white, and then the black and the black. Okay, then I'm gonna go over here, put the black in. Less black than white in this cup and less white than black in the other set of cups is my plan. Now, I don't know how these paints are gonna react together. I have experienced a lot of kind of, well, I find that the metallic pearl, the Dazzling Art metallic pearl, does have a tendency to create effects or pearls, or it will make cloud effects depending on how you kind of use it. I find that Artist Loft white alone will sometimes create kind of, it'll take over, but black will also take over. So I don't know if this is going to be, if there's going to be any effects in the string ring pour. I don't know how these paints are going to react together. And that's part of the fun of it, right? Is the experimentation and the sort of the seeing how different types of paints and different brands of paints will react together. Because you never know, you never know. The Dazzling metallics definitely are known to sometimes be, you know, they're not the extreme sheen metallics, but they will definitely create a lot of cells. So we'll see what happens here. We will see what happens here. I'm not going to fill these 4 cups all the way up to the top. I'm going to get them about halfway full. I want about 5 ounces in each of them, 4 to 5 ounces in each of them. And I definitely want to keep some black and white extra because I want to kind of ring it around the pores is sort of my idea. You'll see. You'll see when we get there. So I'm pouring the paint down the side of the cup to get that ring effect going on inside of each cup. So this one I started with white, so I'm going to end with white here. And these I started with black, so I'm going to do a little teeny bit of white again and then end with black. Oop. And again, pouring down the side of the cup to create that layered effect in there. And so you don't want to disturb the paint, you know, so you want to just let it slide down the slide. There's a few different ways you can pour paint in a cup. This is the way you want to do it for a tree ring pour. So, all right, I do have a little bit of black left and a little bit of white left that I'm going to use to sort of circle around my rings. Not too much paint, but some. All right, we're going to set these over to the side here. All right. So my idea is to do kind of the 4 rings closest to the center, but you know, each in their own 4 quadrants. And we're gonna we're gonna start with how I have them set down here, black, white, or you know, black dominant, white dominant, so to speak. We're gonna start right here. There's a black dominant one in this corner here. Just slowly letting it come out of the cup. Kind of shake the cup to get that ring effect, which I always say for me always turns out a little bit more ribbony than ringy, but in the end it all looks good. Doesn't make that too much of a difference in the end. Or I guess what I should say is I like the effects my technique creates in the end, so you know. And we get the last little bit coming out. Pour that in a ring, catch it with my finger. And there's our first black dominant ring, which I'm going to circle with just a little bit of the white. I don't want to use it all because I want to have enough left to do the next black dominant ring with the ring of white. Okay. And then we're going to go to white and this quadrant up here. Same thing. Wiggle your hand while you pour it out. Keep it close to the canvas and just let it slowly pour out of the cup. Create that ring effect. So the black and white are going to mix together to create gray in certain spots. I don't know how to get around that. If you know how to get around that, please let me know in the comments. But that's okay. It's still very monochromatic. I'm going to go ahead and pour a small little ring of black around this white dominant one. That's okay. And so this was black dominant, this was white dominant. I'm going to take this black dominant, put it right here, in this quadrant here. And just, you know, jiggle your hand for that ring effect. And those are gonna, hold on, I'm gonna do this first a little bit, sorry, I just want there to be that white circle around it. So I'm gonna continue pouring this out, but right in the center where I was, but this way it won't, the white will create a little barrier, so to speak. And definitely try to get that circular effect going as you get to the final bits. It goes a long way. All right, and we got one last one. I am going to pour the black up here to start, to just kind of, I'm going to pour my circle first, so to speak, because I see what happened the last time. So here's our last final cup. It's the white dominant. We put it down here. Jiggle it out. Go slow. Stay close to the canvas. There's no rush. It's not a race. Part of acrylic pouring is patience too, because if you do it too fast, you're just gonna sort of lose, I don't know, you're just not gonna achieve, like if you tilt too fast, if you stretch too fast, if you pour too fast, unless you're doing like a really dirty like straight cup. In that case, like you can totally pour it out pretty quickly on the canvas. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pour some more white around here. A bit up on that corner. Now, these corners are probably gonna come off. You know, a lot of this is gonna come off. So just using up what I got. Help it slide around. Slide off. All right. So first I'm going to torch my bubbles. Stop any of those little bubbles that will, you know, kind of rise to the top of the paint. Okay. I'm going to do one more pass over here because I just see a few more bubbles. And all right. So we're going to lift it up. And we're just going to kind of slide it around this way. I'm not too worried about keeping my tree rings in perfect circles, if that makes sense. I more want to see, bring it back to center. I'm going to come down to this bottom corner since I got that top corner over there. We'll stretch it on down. I personally don't like perfect rings. I like stretched out rings, so I'm never really trying to keep my rings like circular. That's just not my aesthetic personally. I think if you did a single ring and used a circular canvas, you would probably have kind of better luck, I guess, keeping circle rings on your canvas. But that's never been what I was like going for when I do ring pours, personally. So we got all that. We're gonna bring it down to this side. I'm actually gonna tilt it in this direction first. Bring it down off that edge all the way. I have a lot of, I have plenty of paint on the canvas, so I'm good there. I'm gonna bring the paint back to the center before I go over that final corner there. Get the paint recentered here. Okay, now we're gonna go over that final corner. Just let it slide off, and then we're gonna bring it back. Whoop, and down. Now we're gonna bring it on back. Bring it back. So I'm actually gonna turn this around a little bit. I'm gonna slide it back over to the side. Stretch it back down across. And it is definitely a black and white ring pour. So in parts, the black is definitely dominant, definitely took over, as black will do, but then in parts, the white, you know? So with the 4 cups together, it's not, there's no one, you know, it all sort of blends together. So neither the black nor the white take over the entire thing. There's definitely, you know, the gray mixed to, you know, black and white together make gray, but that is to be expected. That is, that's just, you know, how that works. Certain colors are always, you know, they're gonna mix together, and you should always be aware of what the 2 colors that you're putting next together are going to create when they merge, you know. So blue and yellow are gonna make green, and orange and purple are gonna make not the prettiest of colors, generally speaking. So maybe layer a little white in between them, give them a buffer. Okay. There we go. I do have to torch a bit with my painty hands on my handy dandy apron. Pop these bubbles. There's definitely a lot of bubbles in there. Little tiny air bubbles. If you let your paint sit for a while before you mix with them, you'll definitely have less air bubbles when you pour, but I don't have the patience for that, so I just torch them. But you can just let your paint sit for about 24 hours, and a lot of them will go away on their own. Ooh, I really like what's happening in here. That's really cool. I like this part here. It's very black, but like the way the white lines come through it. I love that. All right. I'm just looking at it right now to make sure that I'm like really happy with the composition of it, or if I want to tweak it a little bit. And at this point, you know, it'd just be, I could still stretch one corner out. Maybe like I might move this down a little bit, or I might try to here. Let's just see. The paint is very stretched out. So it's not going to move very much anymore, which is, you know, really what you want. If your paint is still moving a lot when you tilt it, you still have too much paint on your canvas, and you need to take some off or it will not dry nicely. Okay, I am going to let this be. Appreciate it for what it is, and I'm going to go ahead and bring you on down for a close-up. But please do hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, consider subscribing. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. All right, here we come in for a close-up. I actually turned off my filming lights, and this is just natural lighting, so you can see it without a glare. It's really cool. It's been a really long time since I've done a black and white pour. I've definitely never filmed one for my channel, but when I first started painting, I definitely tried to do a few of them, and to be honest, they didn't turn out too well. But that's okay. This one, however, I love this part right here, right in here. That's cool. I just like it. So there we go. That is the black and white tree ring pour. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.